Alright, so Ocasio Cortez has made me laugh again. She claims that those who disagree with her don't know how to deal with her, as if she is some sort of enigma that has employed laser-guided focus and wisdom to stump all of her political rivals. Give me a break. Noam Chomsky is someone who I take a great deal of issue with. I don't like him that much, but he would be someone that most Republicans in Congress might not know how to deal with, because like him or not, he is very intelligent. That is not you, Ocasio Cortez, sorry. As young as you are, ironically, you are the oldest political trick in the book. Promise a bunch of free things, convince your constituents that they'll never have to worry about almost any financial issue ever again, and voila, you've just bought yourself some votes. You don't explain your positions much further than that, and you don't seem to know what you're talking about almost the entire time you speak. Cortez does the lame old shtick as well, of blaming this on misogyny, which is beyond absurd, and no one with half a thinking brain has criticized her for being a woman. We criticize her because of things like slamming Uber despite the fact that she spent $4,000 on Uber during her campaign. She is slamming a company for being profitable within their market, yet it never dawns on her that she plays a part in that as someone who voluntarily gave Uber her own money. And why? Could it be because Uber is a far more efficient and superior service than the taxi companies that Cortez wants to dole out political favors to? We criticize Cortez because her mouth writes checks her mind cannot cash. You could point to the cringeworthy interview when she's asked about calling Israel an occupation. I have no issue with someone who thinks that and has some argumentation or factual information to back it up, but she just mumbles for a while and then she admits she isn't an expert on geopolitics. Sorry, but if you're going to come on that strong about something and you end up knowing nothing about it, I don't trust you when you say you're going to be able to run industries that affect hundreds of millions of people. Call me crazy, but it has nothing to do with misogyny. Or furthermore, we criticize her because when she's asked how she's going to pay for Medicare for all, she rambles on again and gives a barely coherent answer, and that's me being nice. The only semblance of a rational thought she gave was that the military's budget was too big. Okay, an overbloated military budget, I'll give you that. But okay, cut the military's budget in half each year. That'll cover you for maybe, what, 7 or 8% of what you're proposing? So what else? You've got to give me something else here. Again, do I even need to say it? It has nothing to do with misogyny. Or how about her saying unemployment is low because everyone has 2 jobs, one of the most nonsensical things I may have ever heard. Hell, she could have at least mentioned the labor participation rate and I would have been extremely impressed, although that would lead her down the road of taking fake credit away from Obama when there was supposedly a low unemployment rate under him, so I could see why she doesn't want to do that, but let's be real here, she's probably unaware of that argument to begin with. There is no evidence that suggests Ocasio Cortez is informed in the least bit or has a fleshed out opinion on almost anything that she talks about. So do you see what we're dealing with here? We are quite literally dealing with someone who has 3 very dangerous qualities about her. 1 is extreme ignorance, 2 is serious self-delusion, and the 3rd is that, well, she now works in the federal government. Notice I did not mention her being a female at all, because no one making credible criticisms of Ocasio Cortez cares in the least bit about her being a female. The only reason why she mentions that people criticize her because of misogyny is to cover up the fact that she doesn't know what she's talking about, and that's an easy way to get some low-watt-brained people on your side. But anyway, like and subscribe if all you heard throughout this video was me criticizing Ocasio Cortez for being a female. Alright, thanks everyone.